physical recovery and competitive readiness. After nearly 100 days of rehabilitation, MotoGP 2026 entered a decisive phase as Marc Marquez's return from injury finally translated into real track action. The seven-time world champion and reigning MotoGP 2025 world champion completed his first riding session since the setback during a private test at the Aspar circuit in Valencia on January 8, 2026. This outing was less about speed and more about confirming that his body could once again withstand the physical demands of elite-level racing. Rather than chasing lap records, Marquez focused on rebuilding rhythm, balance, and trust in his own physical responses. The return to asphalt represented a crucial psychological step, confirming that the recovery process had reached a stage where controlled performance evaluation was possible without unnecessary risk. Controlled testing and strategic circuit selection. The choice of the Aspar circuit for this Valencia private test reflected a calculated strategy by Marquez and Ducati. With a compact 2.2-kilometer layout and 20 technical corners, the circuit delivers a demanding workload for the rider without exposing them to extreme top speeds. Crucially, the absence of long straights meant Marquez could avoid sustained aerodynamic stress and violent acceleration, making the venue ideal for post-injury assessment. This environment allowed him to test braking stability, corner entry confidence, and muscle flexibility in a controlled setting. The circuit's technical nature also provided immediate feedback on body positioning and joint response, elements that are critical for a rider returning after an extended recovery period. Engine choice and mechanical sensitivity. For this first step back, Marquez deliberately selected the Ducati Panigale V2 test bike instead of the more aggressive V4S. The V-twin configuration offered smoother power delivery and more predictable torque, enabling Marquez to focus on precision rather than raw force. This disciplined approach to recovery highlighted the long-term nature of his Marc Marquez Ducati 2026 project. Ducati confidence and competitive structure. Looking ahead, Marquez has made no secret of his belief in Ducati MotoGP 2026 dominance entering the 2026 season. He remains convinced that Ducati continues to offer the most complete package on the grid, combining performance, reliability, and a deeply structured technical organization. According to Marquez, being in the Ducati environment means having access to the strongest foundation possible for sustained competitiveness. That confidence is inseparable from his relationship with Ducati course general manager Gigi Dall'Igna. Marquez has repeatedly praised Dall'Igna's leadership, describing his mindset as perfectly aligned with winning at the highest level. For Marquez, joining Ducati Course 2026 is not simply about machinery, it is about trust, direction, and shared ambition. Parallel drama and the fragility of preparation. While Marquez's return delivered optimism, the same day underlined MotoGP's unforgiving reality. The Fermin Aldeguer crash in Valencia cast a shadow over proceedings after the young Gresini Ducati rider suffered a severe fall while training on a Yamaha R6. The accident resulted in a fractured left femur, immediately requiring surgical intervention in Barcelona. Aldeguer's injury serves as a stark reminder of how quickly momentum can shift in MotoGP. At just 20 years old and coming off his first Premier Class victory at the Indonesian Grand Prix, his trajectory now faces an abrupt pause at a critical moment in the calendar. Pre-season pressure and time as the final opponent. With MotoGP 2026 preseason tests scheduled for early February at Sepang, time becomes the defining factor for Aldeguer's recovery. Each day carries weight as teams finalize setups and riders adapt to new technical packages. Missing early testing can have lasting consequences, particularly for young riders still building consistency and confidence at the top level. Conversely, Marquez's carefully managed return highlights the value of experience, patience, and strategic planning. As MotoGP 2026 approaches, the grid is already shaped by contrasting narratives, calculated comebacks, sudden setbacks, and the relentless pressure of a championship where preparation is everything.